Hello, this is William Witcher, and today we're going to be looking at a tool to analyze traffic capture. This instance, we're going to be looking at the tool called NetWitness Investigator. Before we do that, we're going to look at the PCAP source, where the PCAP file is located. We'll build a new case within the application called NetWitness Investigator, and we're going to load a Snort.Log file. Then we'll analyze the traffic capture. We'll look at timeline session. We'll also look at the view get from an HTTP web view perspective. Potentially, if there's any email, we'll take a look at that. We'll also see if there's any images, any credentials as well that we can glean from the captured traffic. There's also a nice little interface on this application that'll take you out to Google Earth, so you can map in real time the source locations of your captured traffic. Okay, without further ado, let's take a look at our source on this. Okay, our source on this is actually going to be a location run by the ISTS. It's the Information Security Talent Search organization that is run by college students. They run a competition every year, and they heighten their awareness of security in the meantime. Located in Rochester, New York, and that's going to be significant later on as we begin taking a look at our captured traffic. Now, one of the things we're going to take a look at is this repository here, dated March 8th. As you can see, there's 832 CAP files here, 124 gigs. We're not going to analyze all of that. We're just going to take a look at one file in the repository. Here's the file we're going to analyze. This Snort.Log file here, that is, as you can see, 175 megs. That's what we're going to take a look at. Okay? One other item here is the application, RSA NetWitness Investigator. It's a nice package. It is free, available to you. It's been around for about 10 years in development from RSA, and I believe they're now owned by EMC, or there's a joint venture there with them. And as it relates to their particular product, you can see that there's some legs to this product. Okay? There's RSA and EMC together. Okay, let's get right into the product. Okay, in this instance here, we're actually going to load the application, get that started. Don't need a YouTube piece. Okay, let's build a new forensic case. We're just going to call this project. Okay, now we're going to connect. Next, we're going to import packets. Again, we talked about that 175 meg file. Here we go. Just changed it because it's a Snort.Log file. As you can see, it's 175 megs. Here we go. Let's select the file and open. Okay, importing rather quickly. Okay, now let's go ahead and do what's called navigation in this application. We navigate the collection. Building queries, information. As you can see, it pulled up the information rather quickly. You've got source information, destination, action events, different source types, host names. Drill down even more here. Got source IP information, user accounts, email addresses, attachments potentially. We've got source countries, destination countries, source cities, Rochester, Cupertino, Beijing, Mountain View, Los Angeles, Leroy, FI, and Brina. Okay, let's take a look at some information as it relates to this item here. What about a real timeline? As we take a look at our timeline here, we can actually drill down to the session in particular increments of time. So if I did this, I would drill down looking specifically at that instance of time between 1258 and 1300 hours. Drill down even further, you can see that timeline shifts between 1300 and 1300. So we can get pretty minute here. Let's zoom back out. Just want to give you a sense of that. Okay, we're all the way out. Let's take that out. Let's just continue looking at our information here. Okay, let's take a look at action events. Look at some gets here. Okay, in this case, let's pull this particular reconstruction up. We're in what's called a web view at this point. We can switch our views, maybe to text or to hex. In a text view, we can actually see some information here about the host information. Go a little further here. Interesting. Let's change this to a web view. Okay, interesting. Website looks like it's representing itself as a wonder how-to website. Add custom information, pop-up ads. Interesting. Okay. Looks like more of a toolkit for potential hackers or hobbyists, if you will. Okay. Enough of that. Out we go. Let's take a look at some other information that we may glean from this. Context types. Let's take a look at any JPEGs here. What is that? Holding my control key down, scrolling up. Looks like we've got a football player here. That looks like the Detroit Lions. Interesting. Okay. Not sure why he's there, but he's on the payload. Oops, didn't mean to close that. Let's open that back up again. Okay, let's scroll down some more. Let's take a look at any PNG files. Let's do a view here. Looks like we have a young lady captured in the payload as well. Okay. Okay. Another young lady as well. Both are in the payload based on a reconstruction of the session. Okay. Back out to our project here. Let's see what other information is available. Got some email addresses here. So we drill into that. Taking a look at an email view. More to open this up a little bit. Okay, invite, hack, buy, receive, subscribe, no notify, publish. This looks almost like a voice over IP SIP session here. Okay. Don't see any real text information in this particular traffic capture. Okay, out we go. Let's also take a look at what else is available here. We can take a look at. I see a lot of GIFs. What is that one there? How about a web view on this? Okay, it looks like it's GoDaddy. Okay. Drill down on DNS information here. Not particularly exciting. Client applications. Looks like SSL. We saw Google, VMware. Ah, there's GoDaddy. So obviously some certificates. That's a CA, as you can see. SSL CA. And that would make sense. Okay. And sources, China, US, Poland. Click here. What do we have? Interesting. Okay. Let's go back out. Okay. Interesting. The other thing we can do with this particular, oh, this is interesting. Looks like it actually gave us categories for items that were encrypted. We can see AES encryption here, 128, 256. Interesting. Got some SHA in there as well. Okay. Different Ethernet destinations listed. Any IP aliases, MAC aliases. Interesting. Another good part of this little product here, it actually has a little interface for Google Earth. Let's bring up Google Earth. Let's see what we can glean from this. Okay, built our set. Okay, now let's look for some HTTP traffic here. Here's some. Let's see where this takes us. Interesting. Okay, looks like we're in the northeast here. As we zoom out. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at some more traffic here. Columbia, Carolinas. Okay, look at some more traffic here. Interesting. Upper Falls, Brown Square, Rochester. Interesting, that's Rochester. As you recall, our source file was from Rochester as well. Okay, Google Earth, discard that, back into our file. Again, wanted to give you an indication of how this product worked and how it could be used to analyze PCAP traffic, as well as Snort.Log files as well. That concludes this explanation for today. I thank you for your time.